TheJbeans.net.
We're back with more tips for the Carnival Conquest, and we hope these 10 additional quick tips will help you enjoy your next cruise aboard the Conquest even more. Our first tip is to visit the outside deck areas on Deck 3 if you're looking for some quiet space that's shaded. The deck areas are easily accessed from both sides of the atrium, and we usually saw just a handful of other passengers there, even on days at sea. Speaking of quiet spaces, our next tip is to take note that the Sky Pool is an adults-only pool. The pool is located on Deck 9 aft, in the back of the ship, near Pizza Pirate and the Seafood Shack. During our cruise, the adults-only rule was enforced, and many passengers with kids were surprised, possibly because kids are allowed in the same pool on other Carnival ships we've sailed aboard. Our third tip is to check the coffee bar at the back of the Saison Buffet on Deck 9 aft in the back of the ship if you're looking for some specialty coffee. During our cruise, we rarely saw passengers at that coffee bar, but we consistently saw a line of passengers at the other, more popular coffee bar, Cafe Fans, which is located on Deck 5 midship. It should be noted that Cafe Fans had much more available beyond specialty coffees than the Saison Buffet coffee bar, including desserts, other drinks such as smoothies, special occasion cakes, and more. Our next tip is to be aware that there is no elevator access to 3 deck areas. The first is Deck 11 aft, which is the location of the jogging track and extra loungers. The second is Deck 12 aft, which is the location of the basketball court, volleyball court, and mini golf. And the third is Deck 14 forward, which is the location of the waterslide entrance, the upper Serenity deck, and extra loungers. Our fifth tip is to be aware that most of the self-serve drink stations on the Conquest only provide small plastic cups. If you prefer a larger glass for your beverage, just ask for one from any of the bars on board. Our next tip is to check behind the Red Frog rum bar on the starboard or right side of the ship if you want to enjoy some popcorn while watching a movie at the midship pool area. Movies are played on the big screen located over the midship pool on most nights. Although you can find the movie schedule in the fun times, the location of the popcorn machine is not advertised. Our seventh tip is to make sure you know where the bathrooms are located if you're dining in the Renoir dining room. For the upper level of the dining room, which is located on Deck 4 midship, the closest bathrooms are located out of the back of the dining room, past the elevators, around the corner, and down the hallway. The men's room is located on the port side, and the women's room is located on the starboard side. For the lower level of the Renoir dining room, which is located on Deck 3 midship, the closest bathrooms are located out of the front of the dining room, down the hall on the port side or left side, past the shore excursions desk, just before the entrance to the Toulouse-Lautrec main lounge. Speaking of the Renoir dining room, our next tip is to check that restaurant when you board if you're traveling as a family and are looking for some lunch. During our cruise, the dining room provided a family embarkation lunch, which included a small selection of family favorites, including mac and cheese, pizza, and desserts. As an added benefit, Staff were available at the lunch to answer questions and register kids for Camp Ocean and the Dr. Seuss Green Eggs and Ham breakfast. Activity tables were provided to keep kids entertained while completing registration. Our 9th tip is to find the afternoon tea on the days at sea to enjoy the best desserts on the ship. The afternoon tea is typically listed in the food section of the Fun Times. Finally, our last tip is to try your luck at finding the ship's coin. Many cruisers consider the finding of the ship's coin to be like a scavenger hunt, so we won't reveal the exact location, but we can confirm that the Carnival Conquest does have a coin on display that commemorates the ship's launch in 2002, and the photo may give you an idea of where to begin looking.